Hello. Just got done cleaning the whole downstairs. Just wanted to take a break. I was like, why not go live, you know? I hope everybody is having a good day. I'll walk you around. And I gotta get the chat so it stays on the screen if I can. That should work. Hey, good morning. Yeah, I was just saying that I just cleaned the whole downstairs getting ready to start my new project. So I was just gonna kind of walk you around because this is probably as picked up and as it's been. Hey, Jane. William. A lot of you, new people at least, maybe haven't seen the downstairs in a lot of detail. Obviously, if you've gone back and watched all the old videos, then you have, but I still have quite a quite a buildup of lumber here in the middle of the main living room. There's really nowhere else for me to put it. And then a bulk of my stuff is right here. I could put it here. I guess let me explain what I'm doing next. I'm gonna start wiring stuff. All my outlets. I've had these, geez, all my outlets and stuff and my breakers for the main panel downstairs. I've had that for a long time. Hey, CJ. And so yeah, I just figured why not hook all these things up and make sure it all works, obviously, before we start sheetrocking and, covering things up. That's what I did upstairs, too. Hey, thanks, William. Yeah, a lot of people have binged watched. It's a good way to, I think, watch a lot of progress in a relative short amount of time. Quite a few of these little plugins to do, but yeah, this is the downstairs for anybody who hasn't seen it. Thanks, Derek. Yeah, the bathroom, I'm really happy with it. And I'm actually really happy not to be down there working, or up there working. Looking forward to starting something new, even though I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing next. Barbara, as far as finished, like all finished, completely finished, your guess is better than mine. Only working weekends and doing things out of pocket. Like we don't have a, huge amount of money in a savings account or something like that where we mortgaged and my face is wicked dirty. So yeah, I think we're going up on 3 years right now. There's a very good chance that could get to 1 or 2 more years, probably. I don't know. I guess we'll see. The downstairs, how quick this kind of comes together the upstairs seemed to come together really quick. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I got my salvaged shirt in the mail, and I'm breaking it in. The upstairs really came together quick once we insulated it and got the sheetrock on the walls, and then I obviously did some accent walls, which took some time. We're obviously going to be doing those types of details downstairs too. But yeah, so that, maybe another year we could have it pretty close. I think it's important to point out that I'm not rushing. I think a lot of people seem to want to get it done as quick as possible, and I think that makes sense for a lot of situations. But with me, we live somewhere else, and I can kind of take my time and do things how we want to do them the first time, and we have minimal regrets. I wanted to show you what's kind of holding me up. I was going to start the ceiling downstairs. I've said that multiple times. And for the ceiling, I'm going to use probably the 2 1/4 inch red oak salvaged flooring I bought from somebody on Craigslist. Put that up on the ceiling, paint it white. We love that look. And then Sarah and I started talking about that, and I was literally going to start that today. But so she came in here yesterday. Yes, and it doesn't matter. The other day, she came in here. Hey, Kristen. And she went up in the bathroom. I think one of the kids had to go to the bathroom, and she happened to be driving by. Cool, Don. That's awesome. You got your shirt. I hope you like it. I keep interrupting. Sorry. So she stopped in, went to the bathroom, and she walked on the granite floor upstairs, and it was really cold. And that'd be expected. Any stone or porcelain is going to be cold. At one time, what seems to be ages ago, we were going to do in-floor heat everywhere in the house, and then I kind of weaseled my way out of it, and we were only going to do in-floor heat in the bathrooms, and I kind of tried to weasel my way out of that too. I say that I really didn't want to do it. It's pretty intimidating. We just kind of were going to go with radiators instead. But Sarah, she makes a good point. Now is the time. So, before I can do the ceiling, I need to get some in-floor heat. What this is right here, this is the underneath. The bathroom that I just finished is right there. So we're gonna be doing some hydronic, I think that's what, hydronic tubing in the floor with these aluminum fins. You screw it all to the underneath of the floor, and then you insulate that. And that's all on its own thermostat, which is pretty snazzy. So both bathrooms will be on their own thermostat, and it will be set a little higher than probably what the air temperature is. That way the stone is nice and warm when you walk on it. I think Sarah's 100% right when, now is the time to do that. We don't want to do the ceiling and then just be grumpy about cold floors for the rest of our lives. Though it's a huge luxury, I'll be honest with you. We don't need to do the in-floor heat. I really do think that the floor, especially with socks on, would be completely adequate. But why not just do it, right? So that kind of got me to the point today where I was like, well, I can't do the ceiling, and that's what I've banked on. Thanks, Susan. Every time I see the name Susan, I think of a movie that my kids watch every now and then when they have TV time, Monsters versus Aliens, and there's a Susan character, and that's all I can think. So yeah, so can't do the ceiling, so let's just do the electric. It's something that I can do. I learned from the upstairs when I did that with my uncle. And I have all the materials, which is super nice. I don't need to go buy anything. Once the electric's done, then I'll probably have my head wrapped around the idea of doing the in-floor heat. Yeah, I know, Peggy. I don't think we'll regret it. Yeah, once I get the electric done, which will be super nice, because I don't have lights downstairs yet. None of these recessed lights that you see have power or bulbs. So it'll be nice to have lights down here. And then I can really wrap my head around how I'm going to do the in-floor heat. Then I can start insulating my walls once that's done and get the sheetrock going. It really probably will come together fairly quickly. I mean, I think some of you that have been around for a long time know what that means, fairly quickly. But I've got a lot of vacation time kind of coming up. Yeah, if you go back, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think the next thing I'm going to do, I just said it was the wiring, and then I'm going to get into doing some in-floor heat, and then I'm going to get finishing these walls. Another thing that we're going to do that seems like overkill, but I'm insisting on this one. This wall that you see here, that's like the wall section that goes all the way around like the basement. So I really want to put foam board in there and spray foam it so it's airtight. So, I mean, that's for, basement smells, though the basement's not bad, it's pretty dry, but basement smells, basement sounds, all that will be kept downstairs. I don't want to come off like a weirdo, but at my current house, every time that water pump kicks on, I hear the click. It's like click, click. And after about 4 clicks, I'm going nuts. I don't know if a lot of you follow me on Instagram or not, but I posted a picture of this huge antique armoire that someone was selling. It was 18 feet long. It had 6 doors in it, all beautiful molding. It was a wedding dress shop that had it, and they started selling it for $5,000 a long time ago, and then they were down to 500. And I was like, oh my God, I have to buy this. And so I finally contacted them. I went over to the other side of the house where our master bedroom's gonna be, measured. The master bedroom is a lot bigger than I thought. It's funny, I've owned the house for 3 years. I've only been over there like 5 times. The master bedroom is 22 feet long by something, maybe 17. So I was like, oh, it'll fit. We'll be able to work it right in. It'll be a huge walk-in closet. And wouldn't you know, they sold it. Maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because it would have been a lot of work to take it all apart, bring it here, keep it for however many years. You know, like, I'm not going to start the other side of the house probably for 2 years. But, you know, once I had my head like totally against it, and then I measured and pictured it, and I was like, yes, 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 yes. And I called them, and they were like, sorry, somebody's coming here at 2:30. They're gonna buy it. And now I'm kind of upset about it. I could always mimic it. I could build one myself, and maybe I will now. It's just, it was, 3 French doors, so 6 individual doors, all glass. It was awesome for $500. Yeah. Is anybody, I know I haven't, how far away is your current residence? That's a good question. About 10 miles. It's, you know, it's just far enough to where I don't like to come here at night after I get the kids to bed. That's Sarah and my's time too, so. But yeah, it's just far enough away where I'm like, oh, I could go up and work for a couple hours, but I'm like, it's a 12-minute drive there and back, and it's already late, so I'll just stay home. I think when we go to move into the stone side, and I go to start the other side of the house, I think that will go quite a bit quicker. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Oh, the buffering wheel? Sorry, that might be your internet, I don't know. I'm downstairs where the Wi-Fi thing is, and it's a pretty good connection down here. I just wanted to go live real quick. I was taking a break after cleaning the whole downstairs. I'll watch the screen for a little bit longer. If anybody has any questions, we can probably do that. Questions and answers. I haven't done that in a long time. Yep, Don, he's not there right now. Technically, he went to, he's got a new girlfriend, well, new. He's had the same girlfriend for a couple of years now, and they just went to Montana to meet his father. So I'm thinking things are getting pretty serious over there. She's from Canada, Don. I think she actually might be from Ottawa. She's here pretty much every weekend. Hammond Sport? How far are you guys away from I've never heard of Hammond Sport. Yeah, the dresser's really too bad, actually. Are you doing any accent walls in the downstairs? I'll answer that. We're not 100% on accent walls. I was thinking about doing one on this wall here that's like the bathroom wall, because I do have quite a bit more cool old lumber. I think what we're going to do downstairs is more of like a high chair rail kind of look, where you have the panels, raised panels or inset panels, not anything super fancy, but panels, and then a fairly high chair rail that goes all the way around the whole downstairs, if that answers your questions. And I saw you said Hammondsville is near the Finger Lakes. That would probably be 4 or so or more hours south of me. I'm 15 minutes from Canada, really. I'm really close to Canada. Installing doors. Today you are. Hopefully you have the doors that come with the already made outside pieces. I don't know what they're called. I'm not. And you can just pop the door in, level it, and see, I don't have any of those with my doors, so I have to make the frames, and then I have to get the door to fit in the frame. Yeah, pre-hung, there you go. Yeah, the jamb. Look, my Sarah's on. You're retracting your jamb. It's correct, I think. Yeah, I know you're from Ottawa, Don. You're really close to me. You're like, I don't even know how far you are from. It's close. Oh, 2 people will be. Yeah, these, I won't be able to hang my oak doors by myself. Those things are huge. I want to show you guys. For anybody new, I'm gonna go grab one. If anybody asks what I'm doing, just tell them. And I'm gonna flip this around so I can go to my good lens. I really love my doors. I'll go grab one. It takes a second. So heavy. These came out of an old church building. I show these every chance I can, because I just love them. See if I can get that to stand up. Ow. Yeah. This will be the basement door. Can you guys see it? Yeah. This is going to be for the basement entrance, but look at that. It's like handmade, like little thingies here. I just love that little detail. And they are so heavy, it's not even believable. I think they're 120 pounds. This one might be more just because of how tall it is. I mean, I got 8-foot high ceilings in here, so you can see. And I've told the story a million times, but I'm gonna tell it again because it's just awesome. I got 8 of these doors. This one's narrow. Some of them are 36 inches wide and just as tall, so they're huge. And got 8 of them for $25 a piece with the hardware and everything. You just, recently on I think it was Instagram, I posted that I got a quote from a really, really good door company to mimic one of these and build me one, because I'm kind of one short. So I just, let's see. It was $2,000 to have one door made to mimic. And they said they probably weren't going to be able to get it right because whatever this wood is, if it's oak, it's got to be oak. It's just so heavy. I don't know. They said they really couldn't mimic the look exactly, but $2,000 when I paid $25 a piece. Needless to say, I couldn't do that. Yeah, this door is so heavy. I'm gonna go put it back. I'll at least let you watch me struggle with it. I mean, I'm not a big guy, but I can lift stuff, and these are so heavy. Yeah, it's like a full body workout. And then, I'm talking about the armoire. I'm not going to feel too left out here, but what we're doing here is I've got the three of the big oak doors like this. They're 36 inches wide, and they're going to go right in here. 1, 2, 3. Well, you can't really see the grain because of the finish. I mean, it's got a million layers of some sort of finish on it. I'm going with oak just because of how heavy it is and my experience with what I've seen. I mean, if it's not oak, then it's got to be something like hickory. It's not a pine, I can tell you that, because I've had big pieces of hemlock. I've seen big pieces of hemlock, and hemlock weighs nothing compared to what those doors are. I honestly can barely lift them. They're, like I said, 120 pounds or so. I don't really use the joiner at all, Joe, to do any sanding, just because the jointer, though you can set it and take off very little passes, I don't like the finish that it leaves on the wood at all. Like it just, I don't know, it just doesn't, it's not a planer. So no, I don't really use the joiner for anything like that. Sarah did give me permission. I say that lightly. She pretty much told me to buy a planer. So I gotta look for one of those. Good deal. We're gonna get one of those when I go to do the ceiling in this room. I've got all that old red oak. I'll show you that. This is a small piece of it. Whole bunch of this tongue and groove. It's 2 1/4 inch red oak. I bought that on Craigslist used. I've got, I think, about 1,100 or 1,200 square foot of it. Yeah, it could be Douglas fir. The thing is, though, is I don't think we have Douglas. I know that we don't have Douglas fir around this area now, and I don't know if we ever did. Maybe. I know that we used to have like American chestnut in this area, and now we don't have that either. So it's hard to say. Obviously, I'm assuming that those doors were made local just because of the building they came out of was early 1800s. But that doesn't mean that people weren't able to buy doors from out of state and ship them in. So it could be anything. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I did some research on it because a couple of the pieces have the sawmill that it was made from. It was in Ohio. And the NOFMA stamp on it means that it was made to, I guess, a pretty high quality. So I'm hoping, because it is used and it did sit outside for a little while, the people told me, but I'm hoping that there's no movement, or if it cracks a little bit or moves a little bit once I put it up, I'll be okay with that. Like I said a million times, I don't want the house to look brand new when we're done. If it gives me a little bit of cracks and then we can paint it again and really get that cool old look, that's what I'm going for. I mean, I'm not trying to make things look old, but I'm not gonna be sad if things don't look perfect, if that makes sense. You can see I got a lot of that. And then I've got a lot of this too, which is maple. A lot of that. I've got so much lumber around, it's crazy. I don't know, I probably missed some questions. Hopefully Sarah's kind of watching, maybe she's answering questions. Yeah, if any of you get a beat on like a really good deal for a planer, email me if they ship it. It's the one problem with YouTube is like, y'all might come in contact with something really sweet that I'm looking for, but to try to get it shipped here is impossible. But I think I'm gonna get going. Thanks for hanging out for a little while. I've taken a 23-minute break to talk to you, which is always good. I don't know when my next video will be. A little bit of me wants to go back to weekly. If I go silent, it's because I'm reading chats. Sorry. Yeah, Lucas's lumberyard is exactly right. A little bit of me wants to go back to weekly videos, but then it kind of gets me back into that loop where I'm not showing a whole bunch of work done. I know a lot of you, especially the ones watching live because you're really into the project, would love weekly videos. I did find that when I went to every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, the videos tend to get more, I can't read that one. That one's too long, sorry. I'll read it after. Showing more work getting done definitely seemed to get more views. Not that that's our end goal. I really just want people to, enjoy the process. So that's my thought process, is that if I go back to weekly, you get more of an in-depth look at what I'm doing every weekend. And it's less like a TLC show where they just show a whole house getting flipped in 3 days. Yeah, I am human. So yeah, I don't know. I just might go back to weekly because I kind of liked that. I liked recording and then editing for 3 or 4 days, uploading on like a Friday. It was a good rhythm for me. Now I feel more rushed about the videos, which is weird. Like the last bathroom video, I was just stressing out about it, and I was like, hey, YouTube shouldn't be stressing me out. It should be fun. So I'm just thinking if I go back to weekly, maybe it'll be more fun. We'll try it. We'll see. Yeah, it is a long process. Someone said once, and I'll never forget it. It was just a random comment, but I just remember it. That my hands have touched every inch of this place multiple times. And that's the reality of doing this kind of thing to a house, is that I've demoed it, I've cleaned it a trillion times, I've reframed things, and now I'm putting it all back together. And it's just such a long process. But in order to get results that you are happy with, like the upstairs bathroom, you've got to take your time, do it at your own pace. I would not have been happy if I just sheetrocked the bathroom upstairs, put down a linoleum floor, and called it a bathroom. That's fine for a lot of people. Our bathroom now is like that, and it's completely fine. But for this house, where we plan on living for a very long time, and hopefully passing it down to other family members, I don't know. I'm gonna take my time. I want it to be something that I guess I'm remembered by, the house in general. I can add my name to that list of people that have worked on this place and kept it going for 218 years, or however, I think it's 218 now. 17 maybe, I don't know. I'm not very good at math. But yeah, so that's it. I guess maybe you can all look for a video soon, if I can get something done today. But thanks for tuning in, and I guess we'll see ya next time I get a video out. Have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching and hanging out again. Makes my break so much more enjoyable. If I can just stop it. See you guys all later.